Is
It's
it live?
Yeah. It'll take a few minutes.
Let me try this thing now.
Yeah, see if you can see us.
Oh,
Can you?
yep. I can. It's weird because I'm looking at the Skype screen and
It's
it's
all
all delayed.
delayed.
I'm everywhere. There's like multiple of
Yeah,
us.
totally.
It's like, ooh, the
Uh-oh.
coughs. All right.
Hey, Katie.
What's up,
Katie's the
Twitchland?
first here. Hi, Katie. How you going? Ines. Oh, my God. These girls are quick. Can you see?
Okay. I can see the
Okay,
comments. Okay, we're
Anna.
good. This is my first
Anna,
Twitch
Casey,
anything.
Sydney. Everyone's coming. This is great.
Welcome, Joel. Thank you.
Hey, Katie. Yeah, I'm good.
I've never been on. This is my first time on Twitch and
Do you know the
Skype.
Do you know the
Actually,
funniest thing that just happened when Joel called me is that there's a Ruel special on like MTV or something. So now we have Ruel in the background. Hey, Mackenzie. No, Mecca Mackenzie. Alana, Amber. Yes, welcome to the family. Welcome to the Twitch family.
man,
Yeah,
these
that's
guys are
so quick. Asia's in the house. Chels.
Damn, you're
No,
popular,
it's you're
Michelle.
popular. They're here for you. Yes, Rule is on in the background. Maya.
Just so you guys know, it happens to be a Rule special
Yeah,
on in the background at the moment, but Michelle always has Rule playing on in the background anyway.
I don't, but it is playing now, and I think because we're going to be talking about tour, it's quite nostalgic, and I'm really sad. I might cry. Oh my God, I actually might cry.
Aww.
Sydney saying be quick.
No.
What do you...
This is cool.
I know. What have you
their
been up
comments
to
too.
today? Oh, real things on.
Me?
Sorry, you can talk. I'm just listening.
Oh, I was asking. I was like, are you
No,
reading the
I'm
comment or are you
asking
asking
what
me
you've
what I've
been
been up
at.
to? Because I've been like, oh, me? I've been laying down with stomach cramps. It's been amazing. Now I'm drinking my lemon honey manuka tea. I've been obsessed with tea since tour because you put me onto the tea train.
Oh my God, I got you on
is
tea on tour, didn't I? Like, I feel like I'm responsible for your tea addiction.
You definitely did.
And with the hint of honey as well.
I think you are. And I think that could be also... Yes, I think that also could be responsible for the amount of times that you go to the bathroom on tour daily.
All the tour secrets are coming out tonight.
And why... Yeah, we're going to drop all the tour secrets. So here's the first one.
Hang on, Joel.
When we're on tour, Michelle and I...
Hugo creates it in the house. I just started following him this week, and he does the most, like, dope streams ever. So, what up? And someone gifted me a subscription to his channel for this whole month. So, I'm, like, super stoked. Yeah, he's very talented.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, this is what I'm discovering on Twitch. And he did some crazy shit in Photoshop the other night. I'm like, I have no idea how to do what he did in Photoshop. So he was teaching me, which is great. Sorry, continue your story.
Oh, no, yeah, just like, you said, do you want to do this Twitch thing and we can just talk about tour? And I was like, yep, as long as, you're happy with me to just like give everybody the dirt. So here's the first one. It's like, Michelle drinks a lot of tea, which means that she needs to like take a piss like all the time. And so on tour, sometimes we have to share a room, and she'll always have to like it's her it's not even her request, it's her demand that she gets the bed closest to the door, closest to the toilet, because she's there like 35 times a night. She also likes to get the aisle seat on planes. She gets the aisle seat on planes like by request and demand. Because of the same reason.
Oh my God. Oh, here I am thinking this is a good idea. We're going to share all these tour secrets and you're telling them about my bladder. So, good start.
Yeah, I just come straight out the gate with the toilet stories. Let's talk about piss.
It's good. I mean, we did when we were talking about what are we going to talk about tonight. We were like, let's talk about the reality of what life on tour is like, because I think people see what we do for a job, and it's amazing. We get to take photos, and you obviously take video, and we tour the world. For an incredibly talented musician, and it looks like all like fun from the outside, but there's like a reality that comes with that. One is that I have a tiny bladder and I need to be close to a bathroom. Alana just commented on my shirt. By the way, I wore this because I bought this in Birmingham. I think it's Birmingham. I can't remember. I think it was Birmingham, but it's a repurposed Adidas jacket. Yeah,
is that in that vintage shop?
And they repurposed like all kinds of stuff, and it's like totally redesigned, and it's crop. Yeah, dope. So dope. Small bladder life. That's why we bonded, Aaron. Yes, I
know. Look, you can see your tiny little bladder from here.
So funny. Okay, before we get too much into the stories, I wanted to show. As people know, we've been doing this ISO photo challenge, and people have been sending their entries in via Twitter. And once again, I'm blown away by everybody's entries. There's been some really great ones this week. And so the topic or the theme for this week was colour. I just threw that out there. So I'm just going to pop these up. Hang on 2 secs. Hey, there we go.
I've seen some of the ones that have come in, and they're like so awesome. But just before we continue, Michelle hit me up and said, maybe we'll do this like photo challenge thing. Like maybe we could just do we could just throw a word out and interpret it however you want, and like maybe we'll just do like color or something like that. And I was like, yeah, cool. Thinking like she's gonna get back to me and let me know. But apparently she just decided on color and didn't let me know. Yeah, you said like maybe we'll do something like.
So off you go.
Yeah, it wasn't. You didn't say so. Get to it. So anyway, I only realized like late last night that this was the situation, and then I saw everybody's like entries to this whole thing,
and they're great too.
Yeah, you sent me yours later. Yeah. Yours was sick. Yeah, you sent me yours after I'd already done my really shit. Well, I had no time at all, and it was late, and I was just like, I'm going to try something. And I took the shittest photo, which I may or may not share. And I sent it to Michelle, and I was like, I might have another go tomorrow. And she was like, yeah, have another go tomorrow. Which I didn't, because I've been feeling quite ill all day. Not with the corona.
Oh, Tani's here. Hi, Tani. I did an interview with Tani the other night. She was amazing.
On this?
You go
yes,
what type of Mac do I use?
Yeah.
I've got the latest, MacBook Pro 2019, MacBook Pro. I'm terrible. I've said this before. I'm so terrible with the tech shit. I buy it and then I'm like, work it out. I know it's got the touch screen, the touch thing at the top, which is really fucking annoying, and I never use it. Hey, DJ Mobeats in the house. Oh my God, my buddy from LA.
DJ Mobeats.
He's here. That's so cool. He is Big Sean's DJ, so there you go for name dropping. He is in the house and is also one of the biggest legends and a really good friend of mine. And he's here, and he's just started Twitch streaming as well, so everyone should go follow DJ Mobeats as well. He's going to be, I think, doing some live streams and DJing and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, Hugo, thank you for saying.
So I'm.
You totally inspired me the other night when I saw your stream, and it was beautiful. It was really lit beautifully. So I went out and I got all these coloured LEDs. Mine did not look as pretty. I bought these like coloured. Look, I can change the colour. Ooh, ooh. I went to Officeworks. Has anyone ever seen me shoot with LEDs before? But I always go to Officeworks. I buy coloured folders and then I cut them up. That's my like cheap way of doing.
Michelle, you're supposed to be staying home at the moment.
It's true. I did pop out to Officeworks. I got a whole bunch of colors.
That's
Essentials.
fine. Essentials.
Yes. All right, let's go through these photos because they're so great.
Essentials.
Sydney just got these in just before, so let's have a look at her coloured light bulbs. She said she's used for these, so cool.
Yeah, they look sick.
Very cool.
I'm looking at them on my.
So cool. Yeah,
that's
great
sick.
work. Good job, Sydney. Well done. Anna,
I like these. They look so dope. That first one.
Yeah, these are so beautiful. She used long exposure as well, which is similar to the ones that I sent you, Joel, which I'll show in a sec. These are so beautiful. This is one of my favorite techniques in photography. It's something that, like, in terms of my studio work, like, I'm quite well known for. Like, I do it all the time because I love it. And these, she just absolutely nailed these. These are so beautiful. And it's actually, like, incredible what you can do with not much. So really, really beautiful work. Gorgeous work.
Sorry, I'm looking at them on my phone. If it looks like I'm looking away because I can see them better.
Yeah, beautiful use of color, amazing composition. This is like, yeah, in terms of everything is like A+. So cool. I'm so
sick. I like the setup too.
This first one here, I think looks like an album cover. So cool.
Yeah.
Very talented, incredible. These are the ones that I was talking about that I sent Joel. So same technique. I used a pink backlight and a really small front purple light. Got my top off because, you know, we're in isolation, so why not? Yeah. Look out. Yeah.
The rig out. Did you take a photo and set your tiny little bladder? Is it in there somewhere?
It's here.
Can you see your little bladder?
But same thing, like, this is actually quite a simple technique. You just remember if anyone watched my first stream when I was talking about shutter speed, and I was talking about if you lower your shutter speed, so you slow it down, and instead of going your camera goes I think Brit I think it was Brit that really liked my sound effect. So yeah, just to the technical explanation of long exposure, you're actually just exposing the shot for longer. So instead of going it's open for longer, like that. So you can get movement and you can get a whole bunch. It's so fun to play around with. If you've got a manual camera, I definitely, she's back with the camera sounds. Yes, it was just for you, Britt. I definitely recommend playing around with it and just having different light sources and colors. Like, honestly, that you can do so much with it. It's very cool. It's a really cool technique, and I use it all the time, and I love it. Abril sent these in. I absolutely love the texture of this wall. It's a type of wall that I actually look for when I'm doing shoots outside as well. But great use of color. I love that she's done some just really simple flash photography, but this stuff is it's timeless. It never goes out, that sort of style. So good work. Love. I'm obsessed with that wall. It's so cool. And she also sent me these, which I thought were she was saying that she misses her ballet classes at the moment. How creative is this? It's so cool. Love. Very creative.
Oh, mine's a bit, sorry, my feed is lagging. You're talking about the one with the feed, right? I got it on my phone.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That's all right, I'm looking on Twitter. Yeah, that's sick.
I know.
These are all mad.
Much talent. So
Everybody
cool.
killing it. Everybody's killing it.
She sent this beautiful one. She said she was painting her hands and she struggled to get the paint off, but this is really cool as well. Super creative.
But it was worth it.
Yes, there's so much talent in this group of people that keep tuning in, and I'm it's actually really inspiring. Every time I do one of these streams and we have these entries sent, I'm just blown away what people are managing to do at home. It's very cool. I love these from Kenzie. She's using the pink backdrop, and the pink lipstick really looks beautiful on you, Kenzie. So pretty. This is cool. It looks like a tissue paper or something backdrop.
That's sick. Everyone.
Which means, and she just took some photos of her backyard as well. Beautiful. Ah, cute. Very cute.
Everyone's killing it. This is mad. This is a really good idea, Michelle.
Thanks,
this
mate.
thing you've done here.
These ones from Lucia, these are so cool. So she tried to use out some shadows and monochrome light, so light projections. These are dope. Again, just showing like really simple ideas and super creative, and you can just do them at home. Very cool. These are
sick.
like simple.
That one reminds me of the old like Apple
totally,
commercials.
I was going to say that. These simple ideas like these two are really timeless. Like, very cool. Reminds me of like 90s hip hop as well, which you know I'm obsessed with. So very cool. Must be the color blocking or something. But Olivia took these beautiful photos. She said she tore up an old dance costume. These are gorgeous. How cool is that?
Yeah,
that's so
dope.
Dope.
That's sick.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, that's mad.
Really beautiful. Yeah.
I love those. That first one's sick.
Yeah, I just, again, very blown away by the talent here. Incredible. And Asia sent in these beautiful ones as well. Things you can do with an old CD and a flashlight. This is super creative as well. Asia's been smashing it every week. Look how beautiful these are.
That's mad.
So clever.
I'm seeing all these people like with their entries, and I'm just like, damn, everyone's killing it. And then I'm just thinking about how shit my photo is. Like, you guys just killed me. These are all dope. Mine just sucks.
Sure. I wonder if I have it. I want to show it. I want to
sick.
show what you sent in. That's all the ones from this week. So I'll go back to, So I guess wanted to just talk a little bit about life on the road and what it's like to be on tour. But before we would do that, and also if people have questions for Joel, just type them in the chat and we can read them out to him. But do you want to tell us a little bit about, I guess, how you got to doing what you're doing right now? Because it's a pretty wild story, and we knew each other before as well. So do you want to go into that story a little bit?
From what? From just from the
I
tour
think
stuff?
Tell us your background. I'll go this way.
Oh, okay. Let's just make it. I'll make it bite-sized. I've done, as you would know, I met Michelle in the hip hop scene like ages ago. I don't know how long ago now, but I was like a break dancer for like.
I was gonna say it must be like it's nearly 10 years.
Nearly what, Michelle?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, I was a break dancer for like a long time, like when I was younger, and that was my job for like years. And after that, I sort of I got into music and stuff and started doing music stuff. And I used to tour with an artist called 360. I don't know if anyone in here knows him. And then doing like as his hype man on stage and stuff. And kind of through the music scene, I met Michelle. And then we kind of just knew each other from here and there. And then after the music sort of stuff, I just picked up a camera and just was like, it just started as a hobby and like taking photos of anything really, because I was always liked to just have new hobbies and kind of new things to sink my teeth into. And I got into photography, and did I really know? We weren't really hanging out though.
Yeah,
when
you
I was
were
doing that stuff
because you asked me a couple of things about Lightroom, and I remember I was looking at your photos, and you weren't like your composition was always on point, but I remember your grade, and this is the thing that everybody does, is like when they first start grading, they just go a bit hard. And I reckon I gave you like a couple of tips, and I swear to God, the next time I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, your photos were just like fire, like literally fire. Like, and you're one of those people. It's so annoying that you just like, you pick up things so quickly. You take like the littlest like little thing and just run with it, and then you're all of a sudden like killing it and a professional. And I remember like it was, I don't know, within about 2 months of when I just gave you like one little tiny tip, you are absolutely killing it. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, I got obsessed with it, and I was just like I just taking photos of like dirt and shit, just anything, just trying to like practice and get really good at it, and just like a lot of online tutorials and stuff like that, and yeah, and like asking you for tips, asking other people that I knew for tips.
Oh, hang on 2
And
seconds.
then yeah, I was doing.
I just got a question about your Insta. You've got 2 Instas. One is what is it again? Snapshot Bam.
Yeah, that's
Snapshot
my
Bam.
work one.
Just hang on, I'll type it in the chat.
Yeah, I can't type it. I'm not even. I don't. Yeah.
Okay, cool. There we go. I think that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and then somehow I just ended up like I was just shooting like friends like I sort of like portrait stuff, and yeah, I was just shooting friends that I knew, just anyone who would let me shoot them pretty much, and then somehow I kind of like maneuvered into making some money off it, like people. I just started doing a lot of stuff for free and just practicing on mates until people started to kind of notice, and then started to I don't know, make a living out of it for a little bit, and then then just like slowly just transitioned into video, which I'd always played around with like video stuff, but never like honed in like I did with photography. And then randomly enough, I was I think Nate, Ruel's manager, had some footage of Ruel making the Ready EP, and like all this footage from LA of him putting the Ready EP together, and they'd sent it to a few people to edit it, and like I think no one had really nailed the vibe thereafter, and I said, let me take a crack at it. And so I did, and sent it to him, and he was like, this is exactly what we wanted. So that was kind of the first thing I did for Ruel. And then I was in New York visiting one of my friends who lives there, and I noticed that Ruel was going to be on tour there. So I said to them, I was like, hey, if you guys want me to hang around, I've got my gear here. Maybe I can come and shoot the shows. So they, got some budget for that to happen. And then I shot like New York and LA or something with Ruel on the Ready tour. And that was it. Stayed on ever since. So that, and then, I'd already done a lot of video stuff beforehand, but I hadn't really like focused fully on it. But then like once I had that opportunity, I was like, all right, I got to hone in on this. So that kind of been doing it ever since. Same thing. I mean, I'm learning every day. Like I still don't know everything. I'm always learning stuff. So,
Yeah, but your like learning curve was obviously very steep, but like I think everybody said this about you, like the quality that you were putting out within your first year was like so exceptional, which is why, and I remember when you started doing video, I always loved your photos, but when you started doing video, I could really see, like, I was like, you found your thing. Like I think it's because you're a dancer, but there's definitely something in the way that you shoot and cut that it just lends itself to doing what you're doing. Like it lends itself to doing this type of music kind of work. And yeah, I just think you're fucking amazing at it.
Yeah, I think having been like in the music industry and same thing, being a dancer and stuff, I think like it's kind of a good previous things to have to apply to, filming with a musician, because it's like I know what I would want, like, so I kind of try to make the video work. Sydney, yes, I do edit and shoot the videos.
Yes, which again, yeah,
I do everything.
Yeah, and I think I spoke about this. I spoke about this on one of the first streams. Was that the first show that you shot? You came up to me and you were like, I just want to make sure that you're cool, and I know that you were doing video before, and you were like, you thought I was going to be really weird about it, and I was like, dude, do you know how much I'm so relieved that you're here? Because up until that point, I was doing them, and I fucking suck at video. Like, I am the worst. It was like the best. I was like, literally,
you were crying a lot.
The trip that we went to, we did what video clip was that? The video clip that we went to, like, LA. Yeah, not thinking about you. So LA, South Korea, and Japan, I think, as well. Maybe Tokyo. I don't know. It was crazy. And I was doing behind the scenes. I one of my cards corrupted. I lost like a whole day of footage. It was just like, and because I was doing photos and we were touring as well. I was doing all the photos and like, was shooting all day, trying to get all that photo content. Plus you're doing video all day. It was just the worst. Like, it's absolutely like, It could be possible for somebody that maybe had a skill, like worked up a skill in both, but I had just started video and it just was bad. So when you came on board, it was just the fucking best, and you saved my life. And and also we're like,
it's
we're just like besties as well. So like it really works, you know, like it's just the best to have you on tour.
it's a good combo, which is lucky for us because we could just like not get along.
I know, because we're like literally like just see each other every day for months and months, and like hang out and like like we're around each other all the time. I just don't ever get sick of you. It's like I actually genuinely find you very fucking funny.
Oh, thanks. I feel the same though, but it's like for the people like tuned in or whatever, like it's fucking weird because it's like, imagine living with someone, but you can't really, but for like extended periods, but there's not really much space. Like it's definitely like a tough thing.
It's true.
Like it takes a certain type of person and a certain group of people. Like you have to have the right. If you had the wrong group and like, so you know something was off, or one of the people like wasn't kind of like didn't gel with the group or something, it'd be like so difficult. But we're lucky that we have a good little crew, because you know there's at points there's like 6 or 7 of us living on a bus, which is like very small for, it's big but it's small for 6-7 people, so you can't really go like, you know, I'm sleeping 2 feet away from Ruel's mum and she can like hear me fart in the nighttime and stuff, you know, it's weird.
It's true. This is the thing, it's like, it's
actually tell that story.
Oh yeah, there was one. Do you mean the night where you were like moaning?
or don't.
There was one night where like Joel was like literally moaning in the night, and both Ruel's mum, she slept underneath you in the. So to explain, on the bus, there's like bunks. So there's like a person at the top and a person at the bottom, and they're along an aisle. So that the aisle goes down the middle, and then the bunks are on the sides of the top person and a bottom person. And so Joel and I were on each side of the aisle, and then Kate was under Joel. So yeah. There was one night where Joel was like moaning in his sleep, and both Kate and I were like, got up. We were just like, did you hear Joel like moaning in the night? We'd been away for a long time then too. So
I have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know why your box.
I have no idea what was going on.
Your box got smaller. I'm just like making you bigger. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what was going on either, but
it's like your bladder.
Yeah, I think, and the other thing I want to say too is like. I think as a female, like it is definitely trickier when you're on the road with mostly guys, and you can't really be that particular. Like you have to just kind of go with the flow, and there's not a lot of personal space, and like logistically there's just some things that are tricky, like your clothes are under the bus, and then so you have to get your clothes out for the day, and you have your kind of toiletries that are in like a little certain section. There's no shower on the bus. So like we usually have either we shower at the venue or we shower at what they call a day room. So they'll hire out a hotel for the day where we all get off, have a shower, come back on. So like often if it's not a show day, like we might be in a really cool city, but like most people, like, we just get off and have a shower because we haven't had a shower. And then you might have...
Yeah, and we usually parked like out of town in the middle of nowhere because you just can't park like a gigantic bus just in the middle of the city.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, and it's just had a question that says, what are your thoughts on people saying you need to do photo and video, like saying that you need to do both essentially? And there's definitely been a strong push for that, and I understand where that's come from. It's like to take 2 separate people on the road is like really expensive, so to have someone that can do both, that is always preferable, I think, for some crews. Joel and I are really lucky that the team that we're involved with, Ruel, both believes that we doing our job separately, the quality of, I guess, what we're producing warrants us doing it separately. So we're really lucky.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I don't think you need to be able to do both, but like, so they are very similar. Like, one video essentially is just exactly like photography. It's just moving, but then there's like the whole other side and then post-production side to it and stuff like that. But like, you don't need to do both, but some people are totally happy. Like Michelle's happy doing what she does. Like, I did do photos and now I do videos, so I kind of still do some photo stuff. But like, I mean, it's good to do both if you want to, but like, you don't need to, I guess. And it puts you in a position like Michelle, where they tried to make her do both on tour, and that's just difficult. I've toured with other artists where I've had to do both at the same time, and it is no one should have to do that. It's
so
very,
hard.
very difficult. And
it's so
very
stressful, so hard. You don't get any time to sleep.
Yep.
Like, definitely doing one is it's enough work just doing one. Like,
Yeah.
Which show was your favorite to shoot or film so far? I know the one that sticks out like recently. Do you have a favorite?
You tell yours while I think about it if you've already got one, because I'm trying to think.
I think the one that I remember that I cried at it, so you'll probably remember. But when Ruel was supporting Shawn Mendes, that show that was in Auckland.
Oh yeah. That's probably the same for me too.
So as I just mentioned, Ruel was supporting Shawn Mendes, and was it during Golden Years? I think it might have been during Golden Years, but the whole crowd got their torches out for Ruel, like their phone torches, and I think the crowd was like 35,000 people or something. And so Joel and I had come up the back of the stage to shoot kind of from behind, so we could get that shot of like 35,000 torches. And I just turned to Joel and I was like crying. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. This is like, it was just the most overwhelming moment. I think like, for both of us, we've been involved with pretty much from the start, and to see a moment like that was very, very overwhelming for me. Like I just was, just very emotional.
That was a moment. I was kind of the same as well. I've done that. It's so weird. Like so many times in so many different shows, I've like just been filming and then just started like tearing up, and I'm just like don't do it. Just stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. I get emotional and quite like proud mum vibes. Like, I mean, I think people know that about me anyway. But I think that definitely there was the moment before that. Was the Bangkok show, the one at that weird mall thing?
Oh yeah, that was crazy
that was
that was very unexpected.
Yeah, I think that's why it was unexpected. There was, I can't remember how many people. Like, it was supposed to be like this free mall show in Bangkok. We didn't really know what to expect, but like I don't know, like 5,000 people showed up or something. It was like mental. There was like
something like there was just people everywhere on
there
every
was like
level.
Levels, like everywhere you looked there was people, and like the whole, oh god, it was just, yeah. And I remember actually taking a moment and going, whoa, this is insane. Like really pinch myself moment and go, I can't, this is so incredible to be involved and watch this grow and see that people are really connecting with him. And that was like a year ago now. That actually would have been a year if we had been in Asia now again. So yeah.
I think Dublin was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, what was that chant they were doing? What was that chant?
Dublin was. No, that was Scotland. Healy.
I thought that was Dublin.
I was like, I didn't know if I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, it might have been.
No, Dublin was like,
I get Europe. Man, it's like a blur. The shows are just so crazy. May has just asked. Actually, I'll go Sydney first. What's your sleep schedule like on the buses? Yeah.
What's your sleep schedule like?
It's pretty good, actually. Like we got a lot of sleep on the bus compared to when we fly.
Yeah, so when we're flying, it's like like, because we'd always just flown everywhere before. So Michelle and I, and actually the whole team, I don't think maybe one or two people in the team had done like the tour bus thing before. But so when you're flying, you're staying in hotels. So you will like, you fly, you land in the city. You might have, you rarely have a day off. So you land in like city, country, whatever, and then you'll generally go to the hotel, check in, and then go to the gig, do the sound check, blah blah blah, do the gig. Once the gig's finished, you kind of like, by the time you get back to the hotel, it's like, it kind of depends on the day of the gig, but it's like, could be 11:30. Then you've got to dump footage, dump photos, charge your gear, all that sort of stuff. And start editing essentially, because the next day all you're doing is waking up at like 5 a.m, going to the airport, and then repeating the same thing again. So the only time that you really have to sort of edit is after the show. But sometimes that can be like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and you have to be up at 5 a.m. and go to the next, and then fly somewhere else, do the exact same thing again. So when we moved to the tour buses, our sleep schedule got like much better, because instead of that, you wake up on the bus and you're in, say, Amsterdam or whatever, and then you sort of have like the morning free to do your editing or whatever you want to do, or eat breakfast, go for a walk, and then you can explore the city or whatever, and then you'll go to sound check later in the afternoon, do the show, and then after the show's done, you get back on the bus, and the bus will start driving to the next country or the next city. So that's when you can kind of chill out at night and do a little bit of editing, and then go to sleep when you want to, because you're going to have some free time in the morning. Whereas when you're flying, you don't really have any free time. So the bus was like amazing. We were going to bed. Some nights we're having like, we're just all hanging out till like, I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock or something, like very rarely, but we go to bed like generally at a reasonable hour and wake up at a reasonable hour and go and explore cities and stuff.
I was getting in the habit of actually editing the night of the show. So just so that I'd have the whole day the next day, for like, just in case we were somewhere that I wanted to explore. So I would generally stay up and edit the show. And I think I've mentioned this before, but on that last tour, I got edits down to like 45 minutes to go through like 1,000 photos, color grade them all, spit them out, put them in Dropbox, like all of that. So I got really, really fast at editing, but we were also on the road for 3 months, so you're just in the zone, so yeah, was able to do that really quickly.
Yeah, so like not to take away not to take away from like what Michelle does, like, because she smashes it, and it is a lot of work and it is hard work, and she's very bloody good at it. But like editing photos, I'm sure people know, probably it's like, it's the video editing is like, there's a much bigger process of like, you have to go through, like, first to go through all the footage, which going through photos is quick, but going through like chunks of footage, you have to pretty much watch everything over again or scrub through it and then edit it and da. So I was always behind. I was always like, when we started the America tour, I was editing the Australia tour like up until the end of the America tour, and then once we went straight to Europe, as soon as we got to Europe, I was starting to edit the America stuff. And then when it wasn't until we got home from Europe that I even started the Europe edits and stuff. So I'm always behind, and that's why I get upset at Michelle, because she just like finishes her edits after the show, and then she's like, "Oh, I've got free time now. I'm going to go out in the morning," and I'm like,
I could go shopping.
I'm still doing shit from Sydney 2010.
I mean, it's the other reason that I hate video is like, I do think it does take so much more time. Like, it is, way more hands-on. It's it's just a completely different beast, and that's why you're so fucking good at it as well. Like, you do take the time, and your edits are really great. So yeah, props to you.
Thanks. Yours are very great too. But this is exactly why you should not do both. I mean, do both.
Don't
sell yourself
both.
Don't be
tour.
like, I'll do photos and video for you.
Yeah, if someone asks you to do it on tour, just say no. Someone has asked, do you ever get to experience the cities that you tour to? Sometimes, not all the time though. I'm trying to think the ones that we had a lot of time in Dublin.
Yeah.
Do you remember we had that hotel and we got to chill? Where else? We had three.
I think that cute old
we had that
thing. It's cool. It's like some old lady's house.
We had those 3 days in Chicago. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
When you left your passport on the bus.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, it's such a long story. Do I tell it?
Nah,
It's
don't
kind of
tell it.
funny.
Don't
Nah,
tell
maybe I won't actually. Anyway,
what?
yeah, Chicago we got to explore.
Yeah, Chicago was dope. Where else did we get to explore? Amsterdam, we had a little bit of time. I can't really even remember. Everything else was like a blur. Like you would do the show, get on the bus would drive overnight, and then you'd wake up and you'd be in a new city. So, yeah, you'd be like, oh, we're in Glasgow today, or we're in Oslo, wherever. Like,
yeah,
it's so weird.
Yeah, some that, but yeah, that's the good thing about the bus is that you do have a little bit more free time, so you can kind of go around. Although generally, generally, like but it was cold. Europe was cold. Did we explore much in America besides Chicago?
I'm trying to think. Oh, we had those 4 days driving through Middle America. Do you remember?
Oh, that was cool.
Some of it was cool. Some of it was like not cool. I remember we did that shoot. Where was that shoot in Idaho? Or we did that whole photo shoot, and that was dope.
Right. Yeah, and we went walking on the like mountain things or whatever they were. Yeah, we get to do some stuff. We do. It's not like, but that said, like, you know, this is what we were saying before about it's not as glamorous like as everyone thinks. Like, I guess we're probably not telling you like how gritty it can get, but it's not like, I think everyone, especially my friends, they just look at it and they're like, man, you just get paid to go on a holiday like around the world, and I'm like, you have no fucking idea how hard this shit is. Like it's a lot of work. Like I love what I do, and I know Michelle does too. And it's I'm very appreciative to be in the position and be able to do what I do. But I think from the outside looking in, people think that it's just like, yeah, you're just going on tour and you're going around the world and having a good time, and that's your job. And it's like, we do have a good time.
Yeah, we have a good crew. Yeah.
But it can get it's pretty nonstop, and you don't really get a day. There's not really days off, essentially. And if there is a day off, I'm still working. If there's a day off, then we're going to do something fun, and I'm filming it. So like there's not really any time off. And if you're doing that for 3 months at a time, you know, yeah, sure, you're getting to go around the world and you're getting to see these amazing places, but you know, sometimes you don't really see. You know, there's a million countries and cities that Michelle and I have both been to, and I couldn't tell you. And I literally, all I saw was the bus, the venue, and that was it. Like you get off the bus, you do the show, you get back on the bus, and you go. So you don't. It's not like we're just like on a holiday going around doing stuff. It's quite rare that we get to go and like, you know, explore the city. Michelle and I just so happened to have 4 days in Chicago randomly, which was the only time I can remember from memory that we've had like time off during a tour.
And then you forgot your passport, so it didn't really become a time off.
Yeah. I left my passport on the bus, and then the bus drove to Philadelphia, and I was in Chicago.
We needed to fly.
I remember. Because we've been on the bus for so long, I was like, I totally forgot that planes were even existed. And then I called our tour manager. I was like, hey man, did I leave my wallet on the bus? Because I forgot my wallet as well. And he was like, yeah, it's on your bed. I've got it here. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he's like, have you got your passport? And I was like, no, why do I need my passport? And he's like, to get on the plane? I was like, oh shit. And so I had to like,
it was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. I had to go to the airport and with no passport and no license. I left my wallet and my passport. So I just walked into the airport like, hey, I promise you I'm Joel. Can you let me on the plane? Essentially, that's what happened. And then they had to ask me this series of like random questions of like where I lived in, like, this year and
what was your address in 2005?
And they were like, you can't talk to yourself. Yeah, what was your address in 2005 and what was your email then? And I was like, I don't know, it was like, you know, what's your phone number and like all these questions. And I just fluked it and got it all right. And then they're like, okay, cool. Oh, this is the best. They're like, okay, we believe that it's you, but now we're going to have to put you through a thorough security check. And I was like, okay. And Michelle was just watching. And then this guy who was so serious, he's like, he takes me in this like secret little area. And I was like, uh-oh, I'm going to get strip searched here. And he's like, I'm just standing there. He's like, okay, sir, can you? He's like, are you willing and able to keep your arms out like this for 4 minutes? And I was like, what was it, fitness test or like, or you like what's happening here? And he's like, I repeat the question. And I was like, 4 minutes. Like, no, man, I don't know if anyone's ever tried to hold their arms out like that
Yeah,
for
that's
even
hard.
2 minutes. It's very hard. So I was like, I'm not sure. Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure if I can, man, but I'll try. So I do, and then he just starts searching me, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to put my hands down your waistband, down your waistband. Is that okay? And I'm like, I guess so, whatever, man. Just you can put your hands down my pants as long as you let me on the plane. And he's like, okay, that's an affirmative. I'm going for the groin. I'm going for the waistband. I'm going. He's like putting his hands down my pants. he's like, he's like, do you give me permission to go down the back of your pants? And I'm like I said, man, I'll do anything if you just let me on the plane. And he's like, okay, that's an affirmative. I'm going down the back of your pants. And I was
Yeah.
just like, holy shit. He
Yeah, you were
thoroughly
like, this is
searched
the
me.
most action I've had in 3
but,
months.
you know,
I'm okay with it. It's fine. So funny.
yeah. Like, take your
So funny.
no, but yeah. So that happened, and then I flew. Then we flew to Philadelphia or something, and I can't remember what the situation was, but I did it again. I forgot my passport again. Yeah, because I didn't take my passport because I had my wallet, and I thought my license was
Yeah.
going to be like enough to get me on the plane. So like I think it happened 3 times. I did it 3 times. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I will admit that. Anyway, sorry, I'm just
I'll just read
blabbering
out some of the
nonsense.
questions. Anna said, do you ever have nights where you dread having to edit? I don't. I personally don't. I absolutely love editing, and it's always exciting to go through the photos. And for me, it was like, it actually was like exciting to set a challenge to get faster every night as well. I would send Ruel updates. I'd be like, just bet my record, did it in 45 minutes or something dumb. So yeah, it didn't bother me. But you didn't actually like edit every night. But I guess there's still a process that you have to upload or whatever.
Yeah, I don't dread editing. I enjoy it. I dread the workload. Like once I start getting like it all starts piling up too much, and I'm just start to panic a bit. But I like the actual process of it. There's another question: what gear do you use for shooting and post? Do you want to?
Yeah.
I use I shoot on Canon. What I shoot on like 5D Mark IV at the moment. And with like a Ronin gimbal and some other things, and for post I use Premiere, Adobe Premiere. That's what I use.
Oh yeah, I mentioned this before, but using the Nikon mirrorless, whatever the thing's called at the moment, Z6. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mentioned. Well, I mentioned that I just like don't think it's that important, but like the Z6 is dope. It's been serving me really well. So, and I use Lightroom to edit. So. Oh yeah, Aaron just said that we had a day off in Glasgow and the tour guide was amazing. It absolutely, Aaron like showed me around Glasgow, and it was probably one of my favorite days on tour because I actually got to see Glasgow and went all around, and Joel didn't, unfortunately, because yeah, you weren't invited, so it was just us.
Yeah, thanks guys. I actually did go for a walk around Glasgow though.
Super sick.
That was nice.
Yeah.
It was a nice city.
What else? What's the best advice for first-time tours? I don't know why this thing keeps resizing your head, but I'd have to keep resizing you. Well, yeah. What's some advice for first-time tours? Don't do both.
What? Look how big my head
I know.
is. What's going on here? I just switched to the Twitch live stream.
You again. Oh, hello, little dinosaur. Yeah, you're good now. I resized your head. Yeah, do you have any advice?
I'm sorry, I'm getting all these screens are getting confusing right now. Any advice? What am I can see the questions. Which one was it? Any advice for first time tour?
This is. I'm convinced that Joel has ADD, so this is a really good example of it.
You are. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was a question. I thought someone wrote that in the comments. I was like, what?
No,
really? I'm convinced I do too. Michelle thinks that I do, and I
You
probably
remember
agree
we
with her,
looked
to
it
be
up on
honest.
tour? I was like, you definitely have ADD. We looked up, we Googled it, and there's one type of ADD that's like, you get really focused on,
I
yeah,
have
hyper focused. I'm like, this is the one that you have. It's like served you really well. So it's very cool.
um, what do we do? I'm just looking at the questions. Did you ask one, didn't you?
I said, what was your advice for someone on a first time tour?
On a first time tour? Oh shit, I don't know. On a first time tour, um, just try and learn as much as you can as fast as you
Yeah.
can, because it's like it's a I don't even know what a good advice for it would be. I think I think just like if for a first tour, I would literally just try and learn as much as you can and pay attention as much as possible, because like it's such a different process to just shooting one thing, like we've explained, like the way that the days work, the way that the travel is, the way that it's a flow that you need to get into. So like it depends if you're flying or if you're busing or whatever. It's all different, but I would say like advice first time tour would literally just be to like try and pay attention and try and find a good flow, like good workflow and like life flow.
Also, like, if it's your first tour, like, I think the most important thing is that you really, like, sound out, like, you want to know everyone's personalities. Like, if they're not like really close friends, we're lucky that we all knew each other before, but like there's an element of getting to know everybody and sussing out the vibe and seeing where you fit in, and like that can take a little bit of time if it's not people that you know really well. So I definitely think for jobs that we're doing, like Joel and I, you definitely don't want to be the center of attention, if that makes sense. Like, you want to know your place. We're probably like the least important people on the crew, so there's a lot of people that come before us in terms of their wants and needs and stuff like that. So just not being a diva or whatever is like super important. And just I mean, you're there for the artist and whatever they need, and often the band, what they need, especially for sound check and all that sort of stuff. So what we need usually is like very much the last priority. It might be under the last priority.
And uh, not trying to stay at, like, for what we do, I guess trying to stay out of the way as much as possible without being a stranger, if that makes sense. You want to still be around everybody and hang out with everyone, but you just want to kind of let them, don't want to impose on the natural flow of the artist and the band.
Yeah, that's actually really important, especially if you're new. Is like it's like, I definitely see what we do as like documentation, so very much fly on the wall. Like, you don't want to, you're just kind of, it's almost like you're observing. The more personal stuff comes, I think, later on when you've got a really good relationship, but at the start, like, you definitely want to just kind of sit back a little bit, observe, still document, but without like imposing your presence too much, because like there's a fine balance with artists, like they need certain space and things to happen so they can perform. So just let them.
And you like, ideally you want to try and build a nice relationship with the artist where they feel comfortable with you. But like, I'm sure that you have too, Michelle, but I've worked with artists before that just don't ever want to get comfortable with you. They're just like, you're just there to do your job, and it's difficult to get. So you just have to sit back in the cut and just be like, all right, I'll get whatever I can. If this person doesn't want to be mates or build a relationship, they're just like, I'm paying you to do your thing, and I'll see the photos when I see them, or whatever, you know what I mean, or the video. But I would like making, like, building some sort of relationship and good rapport with the artist is like very important, I think, if it's possible.
Brit had a really good question about storage. What do you, like, hard drive wise, what do you take? I usually just take one one external hard drive that I have all of my raw files, my edits on, and then I also upload to Dropbox. So I've got a second, like all of my finals that I deliver to the client goes to Dropbox. There's always like 2 copies. What about yourself, Joel?
Don't be like Michelle. Take 2 hard drives. Always have 2 hard drives. If there's not 2 copies, then it doesn't
I just said
exist.
that I have 2 copies. One is in Dropbox, and
You have 2 copies of your finals,
no,
not of your raws.
That would be. I think that would be overkill. I could, but I think it would be overkill for me for photos. It's totally different for video. I totally appreciate it. I think it's Once because I'm editing also like straight away. Like the only thing that you are scared of losing is your finals, essentially. Like if you lost a bunch of raws but you'd already delivered to the client, it wouldn't really matter that much for me. It would just mean the next time I'd pick up where I started and I would go. It would be shit that you lost your raws, but like if you had them in Dropbox, that's what essentially you're always working from is your client delivered. So it wouldn't be that much of a big deal for me. If you lost your raws,
Yeah, I always have 2 2 terabyte hard drives with me. I take 2 2 terabyte hard drives to each tour.
Yeah. Did Joel shoot laneway in Melbourne? Yes, you did.
No,
you didn't.
I had tonsil.
I forgot.
No, I didn't. I had tonsillitis and didn't want to get a little sick.
Do you you procrastinate a lot? How do you stop yourself procrastinating? I don't procrastinate a lot. I'm actually very highly driven, and people know that about me that know me. I'm not much of a procrastinator, really. What about you, Joel?
I am. But this comes down to my ADD thing we were talking about before. By the way, I don't know if I have ADD. Me and Michelle just self-diagnosed myself while we're on tour one time. But this comes back to that hyper-focus thing. I'll procrastinate the shit out of things and just be like, oh God. And then just once I decide to do it, I'll just like hyper-focus on it and like hone in and smash it. But once I just have to flick that switch. I think it's maybe it's my ADD. It just has to wait till the fucking ADD kicks in and goes, ding! All right, we're gonna work now. I don't know.
That's funny. Something saying the connection between fans and Ruel is very important, and we give them content. Yes, we do. We do provide a lot of content. I think
we're the content.
We're the content farmers. Yeah, I think that Joel and I are very aware that like the relationship with Ruel and his fans and even us is like quite unique. And we love to have a really great relationship with fans, and everyone is so appreciative of our work, and it's super cool to feel that way, and like people recognize us and say hello. That's super cool and very unexpected, and I definitely haven't had that with any other client. So that's I love like when I'm editing my videos and stuff, like I generally I know what the fans like because they let me know about it. You get I know you get so much shit if like you don't like they don't see themselves in a video or something, like they don't make the cut. Poor Joel.
Fun to show why aren't I in the video? Like, because if I put every single person that I filmed in the video, it would go. There would be no room for bull in it. There'd be nothing. But I like to I like to give the people what they want. Like I like to whenever I'm editing the videos and stuff, I'm always thinking of like the people watching and wanting them to enjoy it as well. And a lot of the time I will tease things out of Ruel and suggest that he do a lot of silly things or ask him to do some silly things just because I feel like you guys the fans will like it.
Yeah, that's true. Sydney's asked do any of the media companies or anyone taking photos for publications get in your way? Not really, because most of them have like the 3 song rules. So if they're working for a publication, they have to be out of the pit after 3 songs. So Joel and I we won't usually start in, or sometimes we start in the pit, but often we won't start in the pit, and then we'll go down after everybody's cleared out. I generally like to start a tour starting from the pit, and then after a few shows, I'll start somewhere else and get different angles and stuff. So, I mean, and also a lot of those people are my colleagues, so I have a lot of respect for them, and it's kind of where a lot of people start shooting. So, I mean, there hasn't really been anyone that's got in my way before. The only person that gets in my way, to be honest, is Joel, and he just is in all of my shots and constantly in all of my photos. So
the amount of times I've been like, Joe, get out of the shot.
We just yell at each other.
Get out
We constantly yell at each other during the set, like, fuck! Get out of my shot!
Do you remember when we had were we having like there was one show where we were having like a fight, like an argument on the top riser in the middle of the stage? Like, it was on like the painkiller, not painkiller. What was the free time?
That was Painkiller.
Yeah, it was like a massive. Yeah, I think it was like.
Yeah, I think it was Horden.
It was like. Yeah, it was Horden because with the tiered stage, and like there was just a moment during there was like 6,000 people in the crowd, and me and you were just in the center of the stage, just up the back riser, like having a riser, like like having a fight on the riser, just like, and I was like, do you want to just do this on the side of stage? Should we just do this later? Like, this is not the place to be doing it. Like up the top in the middle of the stage.
So funny. It's funny.
Yeah. Nah. We get in each other's way sometimes, but it's like it's always, we always just like laugh about it or just tell each other to piss off.
Yeah, we do tell each other to piss off all the time. But I mean, that's also because we have such a great relationship and we genuinely do love each other, and we're like, we don't get sick of each other, and it's fine. Like, it's totally fine.
Exactly.
I think that's a good working relationship.
Hey, sorry, I like a little Brit said, Dr. Google for the win. Is that talking about me diagnosing myself with ADHD? We were bored on tour.
I've got a new follower, by the way. Sorry.
Let's diaggnose Joel.
Known is dead. He's now following me. Sorry, I just got a notification. That was really cool. It came up on the screen. You wouldn't have seen it, but anyway. Oh, microphone. Hey.
I can just see the comments.
I do. I got a mic.
Oh, wow, you're a legit Twitcher. You're like a full live streamer. I like it.
What other questions have we got? What does Ruel eat? He's way too chaotic. I don't even think he's that chaotic. I reckon you're way more chaotic than Ruel, to be honest. Ruel's pretty chill. It's not even that bad. Yeah.
Me?
You are way more energy than Ruel. I reckon. Hang on.
I think that they.
Sorry.
I think that they probably think he's chaotic because the video is literally like, oh, hello there. I wish I could just go upstairs. I might go upstairs and grab Nate and bring him down and just hold him. Just hold Nate like this. I think you guys think that he's really chaotic because the video is literally like a 3-minute highlight reel of him being chaotic. Like, it's just all of the crazy bits put into that one video. But
that's so funny.
You're right. I'm probably a bit more hectic.
You definitely
a bit more chaotic than Ruel.
What's your experience taking meet and greet photos and hosting that time for the fans? I mean, we got so in the zone, didn't we? Like, on tour, doing all those meet and greets.
Yeah.
They got a bit hectic in Europe because some of them were like 80 people or something. But like, it's kind of cool. I like meeting the fans. It's cool.
Yeah, I like the meet and greets too. It's cool. It's cool to, like, that's where, like, it's cool because, for us to get up close and personal with the the fans and also to see them to see their experience that they have.
I think that's actually really my favorite part, is like seeing how people react to Ruel, and it's pretty cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to be like that. Like, when I was young, I'd have artists that I'd be like, oh my god, and if I met them, I'm just like, oh. Like, so to see that, like, I know the feeling. Like,
yeah.
And I get emotional sometimes in the meet and greets because I see how emotional people get, and I'm like,
same.
oh.
It's very.
It like kind of makes me so
cute.
happy.
Yeah. Britt has said, do you remember the show where I sent you a photo from Ruel's last Melbourne show, and Joel was smack bang in the middle, and I said to her, "Welcome to the team." I think I said welcome. I think I said welcome to my life. He said every shot.
What happened? So, what happened?
Little Brit.
Who said?
Brit is a photographer. You would have met her in Melbourne. She's in a wheelchair, and she shot the Melbourne show. Do you remember Brit?
Oh yeah.
So she took photos, yep. And she sent me a photo where you were like right in the middle of the frame, and I was like, "Yes, welcome to my life."
It was her photo that she took,
and you were in that one as well.
There you go. You'll always get. If you shoot a Ruel show, you're always going to get a photo of Joel in the middle.
How much does the emotional side play on the content you produce? I mean, I feel like especially, I think that's one of my most favourite parts of the last tour is that watching the emotion of Ruel's performance kept increasing. So it just meant that every show was a pleasure to shoot, and he would do, like Joel and I would always look at each other and be like, oh, he's really bringing it tonight. Like there'd be moments where we'd just be like, holy shit. And just that kept happening. So, and that's what I love documenting. Like it's so cool. Such a pleasure.
Yeah. I'm pretty much same in the same boat with in terms of that. It's like, yeah, I mean, because we're so heavily, like, for me, it's like, because we're, we've been a part of this thing for so long now. Like, I work with other artists as well. Michelle works with other artists as well. And like, you're always trying to give your best work to them and be the best, deliver the best stuff that you can. But like sometimes with like other artists that I've worked for, it'll just be one tour and I won't see them again for a long time, if at all. So we've been doing the Ruel thing for so long now that we're so heavily invested. So like the emotional side of it is, it's like a big family. So like all of our content is like, it's all, we all talk about it a lot and like what, there's a lot more emotion invested into our output of what we're doing now because, it's like a family. Like this is like, it's not just us touring with an artist like any other artist because we've been there for so long. So we're all very tight. You know what I mean?
Totally agree. We're very much invested, and it does. Yeah, you feel like you're a important part of the team. I think that's the thing that I love being involved with that particular project more than any. Like, and I'm the same. Like, I have hundreds of different clients, but you actually feel like a valued member of the team, and your contribution is appreciated, and everyone gets around each other, and it's really, really cool. It's definitely my most favorite thing to be involved in.
It's good times. It's good times. I wish like.
What are you gonna say?
Like, because it's funny because Michelle and I, like we're saying, we tour we tour and work with like heaps of artists and like different artists, and it's sad because this is the only one that we get. Like, Ruel is the only artist that we get to do it together on. Like, I wish that we got to tour with. I wish we got to like do other tours with.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like together. Like, if you hire me, then you get Michelle.
It's in my contract. You have to me and Joel. Like we're like a duo. I mean, like that could potentially happen in the future, maybe. So, fingers crossed. Oh, what's happening? What?
Yeah, we come as a package.
We come as a package. Asia said, "Can we please come to India?" By the way,
I might have to.
I'll come to India.
I'd love to
go to India.
You're saying you have
to go? Yeah, I think we've just gone over an hour, so you are free to go if you like. If you don't want to hang out with me anymore,
I've got it. Yeah, I'll go. No, I'll go shortly. I'm supposed to be cooking dinner, which I didn't do earlier.
Nate,
so Nate.
tell Nate to cook for himself.
29.
Is that part of your rent staying there at the moment? Is you have to cook?
Yeah, it's part of the deal. He's letting me quarantine at his house, and I have to cook food. Oh my god, that dog,
cute. Look at
Jetta. Those
I
bloody
know.
eyes, big
She's getting
googly
a little
eyes.
grey beard. I think it's a bit early for
Um,
grey beard, but I don't know why. She's only 3. It's a bit... Anyway. Will we ever come back to
so,
Copenhagen?
are there any?
Probably. Hopefully. That is Corona shit
Hopefully,
pisses off.
hopefully we can. Yeah, hopefully we can tour ever.
Don't even joke about that. Like, that's the one
We
thing
don't
that
know.
makes me really sad about all of this is like not knowing what's the future holds, especially for live music and stuff. It's like, yeah, scary.
Yeah, because if Australia opens its borders, that means we can leave, but then can we go into the places that we want to go or that they open? Like we don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sure that we'll make it to India at some point if everything,
Yeah.
resumes back to normal.
And
Copenhagen.
Do you remember Copenhagen? Remember that really cold night where you guys got the scooters and we went to that like pizza joint? Do you remember that? It was like you guys jumped on those scooter things and it was like really cold.
Oh yeah, we went to that ghetto. No, that wasn't Copenhagen.
It was
Oh
Copenhagen.
yeah, it was Copenhagen. Oh, Copenhagen was mad.
Yeah,
I love
Copenhagen
that
was
place.
sick, but we were staying out.
Yeah. We went to that yeah, at some like uni or something. That was cool. I really liked it there. That was really nice.
It was really cool.
Oh, Bergen. Bergen is my favorite place in the world. I don't know why I just said
Bergen.
that.
Bergen was on the previous tour that I wasn't on. So how can you name a place that I wasn't there? This is, bro.
I forgot you were there. It all blurs into this one big blend of blur.
It does blur. I completely agree. All right. We'll let you go. Say goodbye to everyone.
This is fun. This went really quickly. Like, oh shit, it's late now.
Thank you so much for coming on. You're only my second guest. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. I'm actually going to do one interview, at least one interview per week. So if you've got requests, let me know.
I was gonna put this outfit on, but I've got to go cook dinner.
Those painkiller outfits, they smell anyway.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it stinks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks
cool. For tuning in. We'll do another one soon.
Thanks for the questions.
Yeah. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right. All right. I'm trying to just.
Yeah.
Just hang on.
You can just hang up.
Wait.
You can just hang up.
I'm gonna stick it.
It's fine. Bye. I'll stay on the line for a sec.
Ready? Wait.
He's gone. Okay. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. That was really fun. I mean, easy because we literally are best friends, so it was a pretty easy chat. I'll set the new ISO photo challenge shortly on Twitter. Don't know what it's going to be this week. Anyone have any suggestions? But yeah, want to see all your photos of what you're doing at the moment in your isolation. Everybody's doing such a great job. It's very cool. Very cool. I was just going to say I'm going to do interviews at least once a week. I've already got a huge list of people, other music photographers from around the world, other creatives, other people that are part of this team. If you have any special requests, let me know. Get at me and I'll get them on. I'm really actually enjoying the interview part of these streams. But I'll still be doing my workshops and showing, different editing techniques and all that sort of stuff. But I actually really like chatting to people as well. So, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at the next stream in a couple of days. Bye.